Right, I've got a thermal layer which you'll wear next to your skin, top and bottoms. Basically there to trap a thin layer of warm air next to your skin. So that's thermal layer, they're synthetic. So we've got thermal layer goes next to the skin. Then you're going to wear a fleece layer. So there's a fleece layer of salopettes because it keeps your back warm. And again, what we're after here is the layering effect. So we've got thin layers of clothing that's going to trap warm air between the body and keep you warm. So we've got a fleece salopette. Then you'll have a fleece top. Again, and these don't have to be thick fibre Polartec 100 weight's enough. Yeah, because the idea is what we don't want people to do, especially when they're travelling, is to get too warm. If you get too warm, then you sweat, and then when you stop, the sweat freezes, and then you get cold. Then, under normal conditions, especially when you're travelling, you'll wear a windsuit, and all this is a thin layer, Pertex layer, just to stop the wind. So in effect, at -30, you're going to be wearing one thin layer, two thin layer, three thin layer. And a lot of people think that you won't be warm enough for that, but the key is to regulate body temperature through exercise. So if you're cold, you walk a bit faster. If you get hot, you walk a bit slower. Yeah, so it's all about regulation of temperature. If they are standing around a lot, then they do have the option to put on down salopettes, which are windproof, and a down jacket. Down jacket will also be used at the end of the day if we're travelling. When you've been walking for 6 hours, you stop and you start to put the tent up. That's when your blood sugar level can drop. You'll get cold, so the first thing you do is to put the duvet on as soon as you've stopped to keep yourself comfortable while you're putting the tent up. If you go in the tent, it's the same with some of the technological kit. You're going from a really cold environment into a potentially warm environment. And obviously if you're heating up with stoves, you've got moisture there. And what we don't want is moisture getting into the fabric inside here, because obviously it's feathers. So if that gets damp and wet, then it's useless. A very thin inner glove, because there will be times when I'll have to take the hand out of the main glove. So you've got a very thin inner glove so you can do manual dexterity tasks for short periods of time. There may be an occasion when we're travelling that all the gloves come off, because sometimes the tent poles can freeze together. So you have to like take your hand out of your glove, back to wind, and put your hand over the actual steel of the tent, or aluminium, for like a couple of seconds just to get rid of the ice. And then it will break open, then you can put your glove back on. And then most of the time travelling, be wearing a mitt. Now the mitt is slightly better than the glove, because it allows freedom of movement for your fingers at the end of the glove. And again, the team will be taught not to hold poles too tight, poles that don't come up above their heart. So we've got the glove, which has a liner, and then hats. One, two, well, we've got the balaclava, and again, this stops breathing really cold air straight down into lungs. I don't know the science behind that, but I know that what you want to do is slightly moisten that air before it goes down into the lungs. You will actually have two sets of boots. You will have the technical mountaineering boot, which is designed for polar conditions and 8,000 metres, because the team will need a crampon attachment, and they'll also be on rock terrain, so they need the support for the ankle and the cold. But then they'll also have each a pair of the big Arctic mucklucks.